Hey, so I wanted to do a quick follow-up on last night's Rapier and Dagger or Rapier and Offhand class in terms of why sometimes, depending on where your opponent's blade is, sometimes you pick them up and do a closed-quarta, or pick them up and do a closed-terza or closed low secunda. So just using this little dummy over here, if my opponent has me found really strongly on the outside here, you can see like the point is going from my outside and aiming to my inside shoulder here. So in this case, it makes no sense for me to, if I'm in this closed position of terza here, to try to close them out in this terza, because if I do that, their point is still on my inside line. And they're gonna be able to hit me in the face pretty easily. So from here, from this closed position, if I want to basically counter-find or basically defeat their finding with my dagger, I'm gonna reach up into this closed-quarta position, or start to go, bring my dagger into that closed-quarta position, go into my sword low quarta, and I can finish with a counter strike. So again, if they're finding me very strongly on the outside line, as they probably should be, I will find with the dagger high and strike on the inside line. Now, if they find me on the outside line, but they don't have a very strong crossing, maybe they're just kind of aiming for my outside sword shoulder here. In that case, going into that closed quarter makes no sense, as I'm gonna not be able to pick up their blade, and again, they're gonna be able to strike me here on the outside line. So in this case, if they're just kind of aiming for that sword shoulder, reaching over, picking up their blade with my dagger and striking in that closed terza or low secunda makes the most sense, because that's where the point of their blade is. Similar works if we look at the inside line. So in this case, my opponent here has my blade found very strongly on the inside line. They're crossing from my inside to my outside, past my sword shoulder. So in this case, trying to pick them up with the dagger and going into that closed quarter is not going to work, because it's not where their point is. Their point is actually aimed at my outside, even if their blade is found me on the inside. So from here, I can reach up, again, pick up their blade in this closed terza or low secunda and do my strike. If they just don't have that strong finding on the inside line, they're just kind of aiming for my center mass here, my chest, my play is going to look a little bit differently. Because again, okay, so this point is aimed down my center mass. They have me not found, but they're throwing a shot on the inside. If I try to close off on the outside line, again, that's not where the point is, and they're just going to ram myself onto the face if I keep going forward. So from here, if they're throwing that shot on the inside line, and they're not getting a strong finding first, from this closed position, I can just pick out their blade and in my closed quarter with the sword low and counter strike. So really, depending on which guard you use, is really going to depend on where your opponent's blade and point is. And it's going to really also depend on if they're doing a strong crossing while trying to find or strike you, or if they're just keeping the blade free, not getting a very strong finding or any finding at all. So that's why sometimes on the inside you'll strike, if they find you on the inside, you'll strike in quarter, other times in terza, and same thing on the outside line. All depends on where their point and sword is.